Heyo, you're tuning into Toasted Time, where I cook your tongue some Reddit stories. Right now, we've got relationships where a boyfriend steals from their mom to give a gift to the exact wrong person. Our first story is by Beneficial Hall. To summarize the original post, my friend's perpetually broke boyfriend gave me a gift for my birthday, and it initially looked like a thoughtfully chosen, normal gift with a lovely connection to a recent trip to my mother's home country I took in winter. But after growing suspicious of the quality of the materials, I realized that it was in fact an antique worth hundreds of euros. Theories as to what happened included him not being aware of the item's value, possibly having it bought from someone who also didn't know what they were selling, or him just trying to somehow hurt his girlfriend or my friend, and or trying to hit on me in a bizarre and inappropriate way. I ended up texting my friend and telling her that I had researched the gift and discovered that it was worth a very inappropriate amount of money, and she was very surprised by the entire situation, especially considering how her boyfriend is perpetually broke and makes her foot the bill for their shared lifestyle. She came over to my place and together we called him on speakerphone where she demanded some answers, and long story short, he stole it from his own mother. And he's still being a bit shady about some details, but we managed to piece together the sequence of events to a satisfactory degree. My friend was supposed to be coming to my birthday party straight from work, and when she left her office, she realized that she had forgotten the gift that she planned to give me at home. And since she was already running late and her place was pretty far from both her work and my flat, she chose to text her boyfriend who was having dinner at his parents' home at the time. And she knew he was there and knew his parents lived close to me, so she asked him to buy a copy of the same book at a bookshop on his way to my place so they'd have a gift. And for reasons only known to him, he did not choose a simple and reasonable solution to the "we forgot the gift" issue. Instead of leaving 5 minutes early to pick up another copy of the book, he instead chose to grab a random item off his mother's living room shelf without asking her. And he had no idea what it was, just thought it looked pretty and took it and stuffed it in a paper bag. He also did not text back my friend or react to her calls, so she reasonably assumed that he hadn't read her messages and ended up going back to get the book, which is why they arrived separately and with separate gifts. Meanwhile, the boyfriend had unknowingly gifted me not just any antique, no. This item had been passed down to his mother from her 3 times great-grandmother. It had been in his family's possession for literal centuries and was the only tangible connection she, his mother, still had to her home country, which incidentally is also my mother's home country, which he wasn't aware of, meaning that what I thought was a thoughtful connection to my trip there was a total coincidence. He had no idea the item's cultural significance. My friend immediately made him call his mom and fess up to the entire situation. His mother had been running herself ragged trying to figure out where this item disappeared to for days. Obviously, she had never suspected thievery and was blaming herself terribly for having lost something this important. The boyfriend actually had the gall to try and convince her to not make him call his mom. He wanted to sweep the entire thing under the rug, and of course we did not let that happen. His mother came by to my place this morning and I returned the item to her, along with some apologies for not starting the investigation immediately and some nice chocolate. We had a lovely conversation about our shared cultural heritage, and I assured her that the item had been treated with dignity for the entire time it was in my possession. And we parted ways with a hug. She also told me that my initial estimate of the item's value was incorrect. It actually was worth even more money. It would probably sell for a 4-figure sum at auction. I don't know what she wants to do with her son, but I hope she whoops his A. My friend, for obvious reasons, broke up with him. Lessons learned. Google suspicious gifts and lock away your sentimental and valuables when people you're not entirely sure about come over. The gall of this man. Man, this guy's like weird. He broke up a relationship with his, at the time, current girlfriend by trying to... I'm assuming he was trying to show up or make a slide towards OP here with the gift being an antique. Because quite literally, what would be the purpose of him getting said gift for OP. He has no idea of the cultural significance to it. So there was, I'm assuming that the gift was meant to be a slide to OP on this. But this dude went on a crash course of ruining his family relationship with his mom and ruining his current relationship with his current girlfriend, all to try and impress OP. That is wild. That is actually wild. Mans broke up everything that was close to him just because he wanted to get with someone who he couldn't get with in the first place. That is wild behavior. Anyways, continuing on. The next story comes from User. I and my boyfriend have been together for just over a year, and we have already discussed how many kids we want and have kind of discussed that we aren't serious about starting a family yet. I have been going through some health issues over the past year, and I feel I'm too young to have kids yet. I'm not ready to dedicate my whole life to raising a child yet. He has always made jokes about what if I got pregnant and what if we just had a baby. And I was always okay joking around with this because I do want kids eventually, and if I got pregnant it wouldn't be a problem. But again, I'm not ready to try for kids yet, and he brought the conversation up again recently and said we should make a baby. I again listed all the reasons that we are not ready for kids yet. Like, we don't live together, we aren't married, and we both don't make enough to raise a family in this economy either. He knows those are all milestones I want to have before I choose to have kids, and he actually ended up getting mad over this and ended the conversation all angry. I had the same problem with my ex, whom I was together with for 5 years. Again, I expressed that we were too young. I met him when I was 18 and he was 20, and he also got mad at me later in the relationship because I didn't want kids yet. But he did. He would often get upset when the baby topic was brought up, and I expressed my reasons why we weren't ready. We ended up breaking up due to other reasons, but my question is, why are men so ready to start a family with no preparation? Like, we can't have a baby with $2,000 in our savings combined. We don't even live together. I still live with my parents due to me not working much as I've been sick. Do these guys just not understand all the work a child is, and they are a lifelong commitment, and their needs need to come before yours always? And I am not ready to do the whole daycare, school, after school activity things yet. I am also the eldest daughter, and he is the youngest son. Does that have something to do with our different opinions? As I helped raise my younger brothers and sisters, and he was raised by his brothers and sisters, any advice or similar stories would be much appreciated. Okay. My advice for this is you should take him to a parenting course and see how he handles himself there. Because if I'm being honest, from what I can tell from this, it sounds like he's just planning on having a child and you do all the work. Because if you do not have the money, you just shouldn't be jumping into having kids. You should be doing what is called DINK, double income, no kids. You should do double income, no kids until you have money to where you can have kids. Not saying just don't have kids, because you obviously do want to have kids, but have double income and no kids right now because you would make a lot more money quicker and then be able to spend the rest of the time having kids. You know, the whole entire work now, play later statement, that goes for here. Now, taking it from myself, I'm the youngest child in my family, and I wouldn't be jumping in. I personally wouldn't be jumping into having a child with $2,000 in a savings account combined. That is a no-go. That is unsafe and not stable in any kind of way, sense, or fashion. So I'm with you on this, OP. I'm absolutely with you on this, because that is just not a proper way to raise a child. And yeah, as some people down in the comments are saying, you should show him how much it costs to have a child, because, I mean, if I'm being completely honest, he is 25 and he doesn't know how expensive kids are. Like, I mean, this might just be how I was raised, but kids are expensive, and I know this. You have to pay for diapers, you have to get you have to get a lot of things for a child. You have to baby proof everything. Does he know how to do that? Does he understand what that even means to baby proof everything? He is trying to dive into a pool headfirst when the pool is 5 feet deep. Not safe. In other words, that is a mistake, and they have to get pregnant with him. Now, if I were to be completely honest, I think what I'd be worried about now is, unless you people are not having S until marriage, I think what I'd be worried about now is him baby trapping you. If I'm being completely honest, it is completely unfounded to think that he would baby trap you, but if he is making jokes about you being pregnant, I don't know. That is a weird joke. Am I wrong on saying that? That is a weird joke. I personally would never make a joke of if you got pregnant. I can understand having a discussion on if you got pregnant, but a joke about you being pregnant, that to me sounds iffy. That's what I'm thinking. Anywho, let me know down in the comments what you think. Do you think there might be a chance that he would baby trap OP if they stay in a relationship? Because I think so. He's joking about you being pregnant. That might just be how you guys go, but that to me sounds weird, if I'm being completely honest. I can understand having a discussion about if you got pregnant, but having a joke on if you got pregnant, I don't know where the joke is. Now, granted, context matters, so maybe you guys have great context, and joking about the pregnant is possible, but I don't get it. Anywho, let me know what your thoughts are down below. And continuing on. And the final story comes from Normal Cash. My best friend has a thing for married older women. And over the years, he has had surprising success in this area. It started when he was 18 and slept with a married 30-year-old woman with a kid. They were both waiters at a restaurant, and after months of flirting, she slept with him. And in the 7 years since, there have been 12 of them, all married or engaged, with ages ranging from 30 to 52. And in the beginning, I thought the whole thing was funny, but as the recent years have gone on, I have grown disgusted by this behavior. If we are at a bar and he sees a bachelor party, he is hitting on the bride-to-be, and he coaches his nephew's Little League team just to meet the moms. He had to leave 3 different jobs because he was sleeping with married coworkers, and the husbands found out, leading to confrontations while he was on the job. Last straw for me was last week. I recently got engaged, and my fiance's family threw us an engagement party. It wasn't a surprise, so my fiance and I both invited who we wanted, and one of the people I wanted there was my former managers at work. Let's call him Tom. I am a CPA at a big firm, and Tom was really a mentor to me when I started, and he left to work in industry, but we kept in touch and are still close. Tom is 40 and just the nicest guy you will ever meet. So he and his wife came to our engagement party. I had never met his wife before, and she is very beautiful, by the way. And at one point during the party, I see my friend talking to Tom's wife while Tom took a phone call, and I immediately go over and interrupt the conversation and pull my friend aside to tell him to not even think about it. My friend says he wasn't, which was BS, but I thought he took my warning seriously. And I was wrong. A few weeks later, Tom calls me and tells me that his wife had been acting strange since the engagement party, and he went through her phone and found text messages with another guy. The texts included nude exchanges on both sides, and it was very clear that they had met up for S. Tom had confronted his wife the night before, and of course, it was my friend who she'd slept with. And Tom was devastated, crying on the phone. He wasn't even angry, he just wanted to know why she did it and was asking me to talk to my friend to get more details. I called my friend right after I got off the phone with Tom and exploded on him, basically ending our 20-year friendship. It has been a week and my friend hasn't stopped apologizing, and other than his despicable behavior with married women, he has always been a good friend to me. We have been like brothers since kindergarten, and it hurts to throw away someone who has been such a big part in your life, but I just can't be party to this anymore. I'm making the right decision, right? Okay, everyone tell me in the comments, tell me, OP, it's good that you're cutting him off because he's not a good person. You should not have been friends with him for this long, in my opinion. Well, no, you just shouldn't have, period. I'm not even gonna try and BS my way through this and be like, oh, it's my opinion. No, you just shouldn't have been best friends with him because he sucks. He sucks. He sucks a lot. You shouldn't have been with him, period. End of statement. But, it's good that you cut him off. You're making the right steps, but you are, 1 minute way too late. Way too late. You should have cut this off the first time you started. What? He is actively getting with married women. He knows that. Do you know what that's called? It's called adultery. Why would you want to be why do you want to be friends with an adulterer? Why? Am I the weird one? Tell me, people, go in the comments. Tell me, am I the weird one for not wanting to be friends with someone who is an adulterer? I don't think I am. Is that a crazy thought? But yeah, I guess OP, you are right. You're making the right decision, but you're 15 decades too long. Why did I say decades? I meant you were too late. That's the point. You're too late. Because now your relationship with your quote-unquote mentor has been forever scarred. Well, no, yeah, forever scarred. Being cheated on is a pretty scarring event, I would wager to guess. I haven't been cheated on, but I can guess. So, you're not wrong to cut him out, but you're too late. That's the point. You are way too late. Anyways, well, that is about it for those stories today. But if you enjoyed, please like and subscribe to become a fellow bread bag. But aside from that, I post 2 new videos every day, so I hope to see you next time toasting session. But until then, have a good one.